They've won Tonys and Oscars and Emmys and Grammys. There's no red carpet because they're home in their jammies. From Melrose Place to Broadway to Janeway and her crew. Let Seth and James bring all the stars to you.
Anywho.
They're entertaining everyone, so who's gonna grouse? Just sit right back and you'll hear some tales on Stars in the House.
Hello, everyone. Welcome
Hi,
to
everyone.
Stars in the House. We're changing our microphones because I sang yesterday. Our mics were all mixed up.
Yeah, look at my Stars in the House swag.
Yes, and this is a shirt that Julie gave me today.
For Hanukkah.
That's right. And for those of you who celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Very nice.
I'm
Very
James
nice
Wesley.
Yes, and I'm Seth Rudetsky.
That's
And this is Stars in the House. And wait, why does everything look weird on the screen?
There you go.
So if you don't know, if you're just tuning in for the first time, this is a fundraiser we do for the Actors Fund. And if you're like, what the H is the Actors Fund? The Actors Fund is for anyone in the arts. No matter what you do, you can get help from the Actors Fund. So
Yes.
singer, dancer, actor, yes, but backstage, hair person, stage manager, musician, front of house, general manager, usher, anything you do, also TV or film, crew, script supervisor, best boy. If you're not working, which a lot of people aren't, if you need money, if you need help paying your medical insurance, your rent, go to actorsfund.org. They can give you direct financial assistance. If you can give some money, what should they do?
Go to starsinthehouse.com or text Fund 2020 to 56512, and then you'll get your receipt and you will forward it if you want it to be read by Charles Busch or Lady Braxton or Jack Plotnick. Evie Harris. You'll send it to donations at starsinthehouse.com.
And we'll read it out loud.
That's right.
So we've been raising money since March, and
By the way, the dogs are going crazy downstairs. We literally just finished having dinner about 10 minutes ago.
I'm glad the camera's supposed to hear.
And my mom very generously is doing the dishes, but the dogs are downstairs. Like, that's why
Wait
the
a
dogs
minute,
are not
our
behind
mics
us.
aren't on. Carol Leaf. Wait, hold on. Why are you the only person saying my mics aren't on? Are our mics on? Brenda, do you hear us? Wait,
Brenda
everyone-
Braxton.
Carol, what's happening? I think someone had too much Christmas eggnog. I'm just gonna assume
We so rely on Carol.
for
So we just
reality
figured, of course,
checks.
she was right, but she's the only one?
What's happening?
Lady Braxton says, I
hear you, and it's all capitals. I hear you.
Yes.
Any to the who. So they came in the dogs so far away.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but I was just saying that's why the dogs aren't with us, is because
the
they're,
angels.
they're waiting for scraps to fall at the kitchen floor.
Carol,
Did you see that though? Look, Seth.
wait, we hear you.
Hold on,
Was
hold
it the one
on.
Who just said?
Let me take over here.
Okay,
Let
let me
me
see
just
all
take
the
over.
sass.
No, there's someone right here who says, I hear you guys and the dogs.
Oh,
see what I mean?
busted. Okay, so Carol. I mean, Carol, you can't act like we're crazy because now Carol's like, I hear you. You literally just wrote, we can't hear you.
And this one, and Jeff Parker's saying we're hearing you through your computer mic.
Oh, well, you know what? Just check. That's an interesting point. She actually.
But we don't even.
Yes, default. Carol, you're a genius.
Oh, there
Wait,
you go.
just when I sassed, do we have the roadcaster? Is the roadcaster even in?
Wait a minute.
The roadcaster's not in? Is this turned off? Because we had a power outage.
That's what it is. We had a power outage. That's what
Oh my
happened.
God, I'm turning it on.
There you go. You know, and
Wait,
because we were-
Carol, for all my sass, you're a David Katz. You're supposed to be on vacation. What the hell are you doing here? I cannot believe how creepy that is, that he just suddenly appears. He's supposed to be skiing
That's because
somewhere.
he's tireless. David Katz is tireless, which, by the way, let's just bring this up
Yes.
while we're figuring out the sound issues. Beginning tomorrow and all next week, as much as we love the Actors Fund, and you know how much we do, we also have to pay bills. And that is, we do our payroll through our 501c3, Your Kids, Our Kids. And there are bills that are due because we have a payroll now. You changing that stuff?
Make sure this is
Oh, okay.
How
Yeah,
about
I think
now?
it's
Now you
working.
can really hear us great.
Now you can probably hear us better.
So yes, we have a payroll company, and we have to pay things like literally accident insurance, which is hilarious.
And insurance for for our employees' cars.
Because no one leaves their house, but in case they trip in the shower.
And we can't get out of it. Maria Didio, we love you. And like she was like, you got to pay it. So
Thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Look, I think like $10,000 just for the liability insurance for our employees. So beginning tomorrow and all next week, we're doing game nights and we're going to have fun. And so two things. One, if you donate $1,000 or more, you can join the game night if you wish. I just recommend not necessarily being on Seth's team unless you're super competitive.
I'm actually a good player, so I actually would recommend being on my team because I'm a good player. But if you're not a good player, you better get the hell off my team.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Or hear you.
That's what I mean.
Continue. By the way, I want Charles to play with us with Kathy. We all played on the boat. We had a great time. So we're going to book you guys. All right, continue.
And Lady Braxton. I don't
remember Lady Brenda. I don't remember you playing game night with us. I remember you in the casino drinking like a fish. We'll talk about it later. All right, continue, please.
So anyway, that's going to be all next week and beginning tomorrow, December 26th.
Non-stop game nights, and we're specifically beginning tomorrow because James and I met. It's our anniversary, December 26th at a game night.
Right, 2006. 14 years tomorrow. I met this guy.
This clown.
All
right, so guys, Merry Christmas. We're spending Christmas together. And we have a really, really fun show. 3 of our favorite people. And Kathy's a surprise. I'm so glad Kathy's here. I wanted Kathy to come.
Yes.
So are we starting with Charles?
Yes, let's go.
Anything we're forgetting?
Well, we're probably for Actors Fun because today is for Actors Fun.
The last day of Actors Fun. And look, we've already raised $610,000. Wouldn't it be great to get to $700,000 tonight?
I think it's more than that because yesterday we had an anonymous donor. Well, and she donated $10,000 in honor of Anne Hampton Calloway and Liz Calloway.
Isn't that incredible?
So, I mean, Maggie from Actors Fund is off, as she should be. But I'm going to bet we're well on our way past $620,000 right now. So which is great.
By the way, one of our favorite people is watching. Hi, Tanika.
Tanika, you should join us for game night.
Yeah, we got to bring you on. So we'll be
yes.
You.
Okay.
And someone's already predicting, of course. I can't wait for Lady Braxton's grand entrance. I can't believe she gets more credit than we do.
Well, you have to have, you have entrances like Lady Braxton. Of course, you should get credit.
Whatevs. Okay, so here we go. We're going to spend the beginning part of Christmas with someone who we spend Christmas with every year because he has a little get-together in his beautiful duplex with the likes of like the biggest stars in the world. And
it's so New York. It's so New York in the village. And staircase. You feel like you're in a 1920s movie. It's just in the best possible way. You feel elegant walking in Charles's door.
Yeah, and also he's dressed in a 1920s gown. So that really helps too. I mean, please welcome me, Charles Busch and Kat.
Hello, darlings. Hello, Merry Christmas.
How are you? Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Wait, Katherine, I was just dishing people like you today. I said, why are you of Martin Short when everyone in the world comes to Marty? Why are you Katherine Carr when we all know you as Kathy?
I don't know. It's just a habit. Ever since I was teaching in the corporate world, I started that, and it just carried over. But I always go by Kathy with my friends.
We're your friends.
Yes, you are, of course.
We should explain who Kathy is, since she's not, an actual celebrity. She's
behind the scenes.
It's a well-kept secret.
She's one of the people that would benefit from the Actors Fund because if she needed to, because you said hair people.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Kathy, tell everyone.
Yes, I'm a wig designer, and I've done all of Charles's wigs for his entire career.
Yeah.
And I was originally a production stage manager.
Yes, she was.
How I met Charles.
She was the original stage manager for Vampire Lesbians of Sodom and Psycho Beach Party.
Yeah.
Is that how did you meet?
Yeah, Charles was doing his one-man show and needed a stage manager, and the producers knew me and put us together for the show, and then we became friends.
Yeah, it was, I had started out before I started my theater company in the mid-'80s. I was a solo performer, and I did these sort of dramatic monologues, and I mostly booked myself at small nonprofit theaters around the country. I never played New York, and I was totally unknown, but somehow there was this little gay theater, and they were working out of a hole in the wall in Chelsea on, I think, West 22nd Street. And so I got the opportunity to do my solo show, but it was completely unknown, so nobody ever came. Except I knew this girl, this blonde girl, worked on Wall Street that I'd met a couple times, and in desperation, when I would get, The Villager was coming, or to show her Michael's thing. So I called this girl named Julie Halston, and I said, would you, I can give you as many comps as possible. And so she brought 10 people, and the theater only seated about 30. So it was so great. And I just kept calling her up whenever, an important person came from, the West Side, Bugle. And that's how I got to know her, because of that show.
And so after I was the stage manager for Charles, we did Vampire Lesbians, and he had this ratty old wig and said, could you do something with this? And that's how I started my wig design career. And 38 years later, I'm still doing it.
And so she knows where the bodies are buried.
I certainly do.
Well, Charles, I was about to ask Kathy that. So Kathy, can you name one? Because I'm sure you have many crazy behind the scenes stories of all of the plays you've worked on. Is there one that maybe sticks out that's like that happened around the holidays? I don't know, that you want to share.
Oh God, I don't know if I can share. No.
It's Times Square Angel.
Times Square Angel we did around the holidays, and in the beginning when we first did it off Broadway, it had a 45-minute prologue to it, where you saw all the kids, all the characters as children. So that was really great. And here's something funny. So I was in the booth with my board op, and I was very professional, but sometimes I would do my hair while I was, if it was a long scene. If we were going somewhere at night, I would set my hair.
So she'd be sitting up in the booth, big electric rollers.
Okay. So if you don't know what Charles looks like in his stunning wigs, here's just one of the many, many looks. I love that look.
Thank you.
And then there's this.
Sort of our Star Lady wig.
We call that Star Lady. Yeah, that hairdo.
What do you call this cuteness?
Oh, that's our just 60s,
60s lady.
Yeah. I love periods, so I love the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s.
Yeah.
And then what I love about Times Square Angel, one of your signature shows, which by the way, Charles does every year over Christmas, it's always sold out and it's brilliant. And it's one of your characters where your characters always age from like 15 years old to like 70. What's the age of Times Square Angel?
It's called a tour de force, darling.
So the biggest challenge, though, was Lily Dare. I had to make Charles go from 16 with hair to 40 something. Talk about aging, hair and character.
How old is Times Square Angel in this photo?
I think Irish Flanagan. That's her character's name. I guess we never really. It's really never said. I think she's probably. Oh no, she's 24. She's 24. It says in the script. She's 24. There was a period where, because I first did it in 1984, and if I knew that I was going to be playing it 35 years later, I wouldn't have made her a girl 24. So we're stuck with that because we do it once a year, and there's a lot. It's kind of It's a Wonderful Life / Christmas Carol, and at one point you know her age because she, like Scrooge, she sees her own grave. And she says, Eleonora Irish O'Flanagan, 1924 to 1948.
Yeah. So
there was a middle period where I took that line out because I was self-conscious that my true age was so far. And then finally, at this point, I'm old enough to be her great-grandmother. I put the line back in so that people go, oh my, he's so youthful. Yeah.
When you did the play about nuns, wasn't it really daring because your Mother Superior, like you really aged her up? What was your advanced age finally?
Well, the Divine Sister didn't really age too much.
Oh, I think you said
flashbacks.
We had flashbacks. Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, we had flashbacks.
He knows.
Yeah.
I think it was a huge deal because you finally were playing 40. It was like this grand.
But what is sort of interesting is that my career basically is the same trajectory as the old actresses that I emulate, because I started off kind of playing Chicklet in Psycho Beach Party as a young girl, and then I moved on to this sort of great lady roles in Lady in Question, where I was a glamorous concert pianist. Then I get older and sort of Die Mommy Die, I'm a mother of grown children. And then finally, the next step is, Mother Superior. I don't know what's really next to me now, except to get on Dynasty. I don't know.
Charles and Kathy, I love this question.
Yes.
How many wigs do you have?
Oh, we have maybe a dozen that we've kept that are Charles's alone. Then we have some others.
Big closet full.
So we probably have all total about 30.
Yeah, and about 2/3 are all the same color.
Yeah, all of his Charles is red.
All red.
And no one. Here's an interesting tidbit in all of our plays. No one wears red unless they're a member of Charles's family, of the character's family. So in Times Square Angel, Ralph Buckley played Irish O'Flanagan's father, so he had red hair.
Yeah.
So we always.
That's the only way. Otherwise,
no one can wear red unless they're a family member.
But I've kind of loosened up in the last 2 years with other colors. I don't know what I think. When I was young, somehow blonde hair. I always felt I looked like, put a blonde wig on, I look like George Washington. I don't know what happened, but now I don't know. I in Lily Dare, the last play we did, I kind of went through a range of colors.
We started off as a little girl, a little more natural brown, and then went into the blonde, and then ended up in red.
Right. So you can tell my character has changed, but according to how it was never in my performance.
And the other thing,
cut of the hair.
And often if it's a hard-boiled beginning, like he's a tough character in the beginning, the hair is really done, stylized, and then by the end it's soft curls.
By the way, it's so funny. I kept thinking to myself, I've seen Die Mommy Die recently, and I was trying to think, did I watch the movie? And I forgot. I literally saw it here. You did it on the house. I loved it. It's so funny. That's where I saw it recently. It was so good.
You did so many plays. On Plays in the House. My God.
You were the second, I think, right?
It was the first. No, wait. What was it?
The first one was Heidi Chronicles.
I think that was the first. Because we were dealing with the equity. We were nervous about equity.
Yes.
The day before. You were the Saturday. I think Heidi Chronicles was Wednesday. You were Saturday.
That was it. And then we did how many? We did a whole slew of them. We did Lily Dare and Allergist's Wife and what else?
Die Mommy Die.
Die Mommy Die. Well, then I've done a couple other for rival networks. But it really did feel like the early days of television. I felt like somebody like Faye Emerson or one of these ladies who did live TV in the 50s. And each time it got a little more advanced, a little more technically adventurous.
We that first week, because it was Heidi Chronicles and Allergist's Wife, and it was so nerve-wracking, and Seth was finally like, basically, I can't watch it with you, James, because I was so on edge whenever the Wi-Fi of someone would go out. I think Richard Kynes was like wonky, but it was just sort of like it was looking back, because unbelievably that was like 9 months ago. It was like, wow, it was really fun, and it was really we didn't know what we were doing. There weren't all these plays, and we were live.
Everyone is pre-taping them, but we did them live.
Yeah.
Yes, back in the day. Those early days. Yes.
Live television.
Yeah. But it was interesting and actually very helpful, because I did this this past October. Unbelievable, with all the COVID precautions. I co-wrote, co-directed, and starred in a feature film that we shot, and honestly, it had been so long since I'd made a picture. It had been 12 years, and so I before the cameras. But sincerely, doing all these plays in the house, which was kind of like doing a whole play in close-up, it kind of kept those skills alive for me. It was helpful. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, that's great,
that's
Charles.
So nice to know.
Yeah, no, it was good. Because it's been so many years since I made a picture.
12 years. It's not we had you on the show for your Christmas parties. Why don't you describe your version of what these parties are that you would have every year?
Well, and when did it start?
What happened? What happened was that I have two older sisters, and with a volatile relationship, and they had not spoken in a couple of years, and then they patched it up slightly just before Christmas. And I thought, this is going to be, I said to Eric, my partner, I said, this is going to be a very tense Christmas dinner, since they're barely speaking. So then we thought, well, maybe if we had invited other people, it would just take the pressure off the two of them to actually be together. Right. So that's how it started. And then it just grew. And Fortunately, I'm so lucky that I've got 2 floors here, but it's odd is that it's so crowded, and it goes on for hours, and I've met people who I was introduced to, and they said, well, I've been to your apartment 6 times. I was really, because we've been to your your party, and we've never met. Because I'll be downstairs, people upstairs, but
even if you're on one floor, it's so jam packed. Sometimes you don't know who's down in the other room.
But I think it's kind of like a cross between every party scene in every classic film. It's a little bit like the All About Eve party, because there's a staircase where we sometimes sit on the steps talking, and it's a little bit of the party scene from Breakfast at Tiffany's. Certainly a lot of since there are all these older actresses there, it's a little bit like the party scene in Auntie Mame. It's a little bit of all this. It's fun. I enjoy my own party.
And Charles, how many Christmases did Joan Rivers come?
Oh, we always would see her there.
Quite a few. Maybe 5, 6. 5. Yeah, the last one was kind of campy because she'd been here for a number of years, and she showed up, and the doorman. She was with her friend, the Countess Songs, this very elegant woman.
Of course.
And they showed up at the door and the doorman. I don't know something. They got confused, and there's my lobby. There are 2 sides. There's a right side where I'm on the left side, and then there's the right side. She went to the wrong side. She and the Countess went up to the second floor of the wrong side of the building and knocked on the door of this older gay guy who I know. Who was sitting in his underpants watching TV, and he was so thought, who the hell's knocking on my door on Christmas Day? So he just got up in his his underwear, opened the door, and there's Joan and the Countess, and she said, "Is this Charles Busch's party?" And I wonder what kind of party she'd think it was going to be. It was a clothing optional gay party that I invited her to. So what was she thinking? So anyway, so Anthony said, no, that's the other side of the building. So she said, well, put your pants on, and you're coming with us. And so she brought him over. And then, of course, she and the Countess were wearing these fabulous big fur coats, and she didn't want to hang her coat on the rack with this tacky coat.
In the hall.
Yeah.
Because you always have a rack out in the hall because it's,
Yeah, so she took these fabulous coats that must have been, $100,000 each and stuffed them in this hamper where I keep old extra sheets and towels. She was just, I adored her so much.
So
I think about her almost every day. We had so much fun with her, and it was great having her at the party. And it was an interesting thing with her too, that she they're like all of us, they're different sides. And she was, as much as she was Joan Rivers, this antic comedian, she was also Mrs. Rosenberg, who was this rather elegant lady who lives on Fifth Avenue. And I remember the very first time she showed up, it was late and most everybody had gone. And the only people left were the gayest little group ever assembled. It was Lipsinka, John Epperson, Paul Rudnick, and Edward Hibbert and I.
And me.
And Kathy Carr. And Joan came in. She was very sort of shy and sort of just very kind of elegant, great lady. And we were all kind of a little intimidated having her there. And so I was trying to feed her, personality. I said, tell the story about how you sat next to Betty Davis at Roddy McDowell's dinner party. And then she started telling stories, and she loosened up, and we had a fabulous time.
Yeah, she was great.
But she was a little kind of sort of shy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. How did you meet her in the first place?
Well, I met her. She'd come to all my shows. She was, I think, maybe the first celebrity who'd ever attended one of my plays, because she saw everything. And so I kind of knew her a bit, that she'd see the show, and I was in a couple of benefits with her, and we'd be in the green room, but didn't really know her that well. And then maybe 7 years before she died, I don't know, I'm very bad with time spans. But anyway, I got this call from her. I didn't know how she even got my phone number. And she wanted me to work with her on what she called a performance art piece. What the hell? And I said no. I just sounded Joan Rivers performance art. This is never going to happen. And I was kind of busy. And so I threw out a couple ideas at her on the phone. And then about 3 years later, phone rings again, and I pick it up. Hello. So I did what you said. I said, who is this? And she was continued. So then I just really wanted to be friends with her. And she sent me this play she'd been working on, and part of it was a kind of a play about her experiences on the red carpet, and there were other characters. And then at a couple key moments, she would go into spotlight and go into flashback memories of her life that she wanted it to be very real and honest. And she sent it to me, and I called her back and said it was funny, but she didn't say anything that I hadn't heard her do on a talk show. So I just wanted to go see her apartment, which was so famous. And so I suggested that I come over for 5 days every day and interview her, and then we would tape it, and then she would give her assistant the tapes, transcribe them, and I said, just for free, I'll just shape them into monologues for you and take what you want. And so that's what I did. So for 5 days, I went over there for hours, and it was it was a very bonding experience, as you can imagine. I was sort of like a therapist, and it was all in her court, so she could be as honest as she wanted to, because it wasn't like I was some journalist. She owned the tape, so she was incredibly candid, and I could ask her the most intimate questions, and were very emotional, and just with tears and anger and everything. And so that bonded us together, and then we became great friends. So that's a long story.
Wow, I never knew that.
I was
monologues.
Well, yeah, where are they?
I got I got 1,000 pages of transcript of her just talking, but I don't think that'd be very nice of me to turn it into anything without her daughter's permission.
Well, maybe Melissa would say yes, especially for God's Love We Deliver. She loved that organization.
Yeah, very much so.
Maybe she would do it as a benefit for them.
Exactly.
It's funny because I was just thinking of her the other day, because I was thinking of talk show hosts, and it's still, I mean, yes, there's Chelsea Handler, and there's a few late night women who are hosts, but it's still rare. And for her being the first one is still, I don't know why I thought of that the other day, but I thought because Kamala Harris is going to be the first woman in the for vice president, and how far it's women's history and has come. But I thought, wow, talk show hosts are still like men, and Joan Rivers was the first woman.
Yeah.
Late night is still all men, isn't it? Late night.
Yeah,
all
it
three.
is.
All three. All three.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true. Interesting how it hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was
And when you look at her, she's so marvelous in those, the YouTube videos of her on her own show, or when she was subbing for Johnny Carson. She's just so great.
Yeah.
It's rare for someone that's so funny to also be that interested in other guests and not bring it back to themselves, and yet she was able to do it.
Yes,
really
yes.
was.
To me, that was the interesting, fascinating thing about her, and what was so bonding was I've never quite experienced that with any other celebrity. That she was just so interested in other people, and that she really wanted to know you, and wanted you to be funny too. And that she wasn't, she started inviting Eric and my sister and I to Thanksgiving dinner at her house, and apartment. First, I was kind of disappointed because I don't know. I thought Cher would be there. I don't know, big stars,
Big
and
names.
it's just her sister and her nieces and her neighbors, and then Eric, said to me, "Oh, honey, that's like the greatest compliment that you're like at a family dinner." I thought, "Oh,
Yeah.
I kind of thought, where's Cher and where's Barbara Walters?" And and then this is a kind of sweet conclusion to the original story. So I'd been working with her on that ill-fated play, doing the monologues, and so then she invited us for Thanksgiving, and it was like Downton Abbey. I mean, the table was. It's seated at 60, and there was a kind of butler behind each person, and it was just outrageous, finger bowls, and when she sat me next to her, so I thought, oh, this is really grand, and in the middle of dinner, because the whole thing was that she wanted me to be paid and get credit, and I said no, and actually she insisted that I have my manager call her lawyer, who was one of the most notorious killer showbiz lawyers in the world, and and got ugly within like 3 seconds. I was like, so wait, well, what did he do? He wrote a couple of monologues, what for that he should get, paid. And so I said to Melnick, my manager, I said, skip it. I just wanted to be friends with her, and that's what happened. So that was it. So anyway, so at Thanksgiving dinner, and we're sitting there, and suddenly I feel her hand on my thigh, and I thought, are we going down to sort of Sunset Boulevard character here? I thought, what's she doing? And I looked down, and she was handing me an envelope, and so I opened it up, and there was $5,000 in cash. And so can we say dirty words on this?
Yes.
So I, said to her, I would have fucked you anyway, and she said, that's what they all say.
Oh, that's
God,
I love that.
I love it. Someone just
I
said,
took them. I didn't want to insult her, so I took the cash.
Yes, of course.
Someone just wrote, I appreciate how this turned into a Joan Rivers tribute. Yes, I love it.
She didn't, I remember one time this wonderful organization, Live Out Loud, that's gives scholarships to LGBT kids, high school kids, and they were giving me the Legend Award, and asked me if I knew someone who could present me with the award. And so I asked Joan, and it was kind of embarrassing because she was the legend, and she was it was so moving what she said about me. But I said, I got the award, and I said, this is ridiculous because you're the legend, and you should be getting an award every time you show up anywhere, because I don't think she ever got an award of any kind.
Wow.
Yeah. And she deserved, she was the first, I believe she was the very first celebrity to organize an AIDS benefit.
Wow.
She was groundbreaking.
And what a supporter of Off-Broadway. I mean, I don't know if there's ever been or ever will be anyone like Joan Rivers, who was such a champion of Off-Broadway and the importance of it.
Yeah, she saw Disaster when it was still Off-Broadway at the little tiny church.
She saw everything. Although I have to say, I went with her a lot of times to the theater, and she fell asleep at most things after 5 minutes. Yeah,
well, she was there for the photo op.
Well, the thing is that she was either running off to QVC in West Virginia or taping 2 different series. So when's she going to sleep? So she goes to the theater, and she took me with her to see this revival of Mary Stuart. This is very historic, talky drama with Janet McTeer as Mary Stuart, and she was out cold, within 2 seconds. Wakes up just before intermission to say, who put those horrible sleeves on her? Look at her arms.
Wait, so Charles, you went into this great story, but I want you to do one of your actual written stories.
Oh, right.
If you're a Facebook friend of Charles Busch, he posts I post I had a great breakfast, and he'll post a 7-paragraph, the most moving, hilarious, amazing story about his life. So what did you pick for us tonight?
Okay, I have 2 little things here. Well, okay, all right. So, this is when I did a little kind of a thing. I sometimes just talk about things that happened to me during the day. So, the great event of my day. This is a COVID thing. This was about a week ago. The great event of my day was shopping for a hairbrush. I was really looking forward to it. I walked over to the Discount Wig Cosmetics store on 14th Street. It was 10 to 3, and a sign on the door read, closed for lunch between 2 and 3 p.m. So I walked around a bit and then returned. I was the only customer in the place, but the girls working in the store were in a wild screaming match. I've never witnessed something like this in a commercial establishment. The gist I gathered was that the young store manager had a recurring problem with being late, and the other employees were screaming at her as if she was setting a fucking bad example. In the midst of the fracas, as I prefer to pronounce it in genteel French, I was trying to break in and pay for my hairbrush. Excuse me. Things got so heated, I sincerely feared that the girls at any moment would start hurling the plaster wig heads at each other. One of them did manage to break away temporarily mid-harangue, take my cash, and then without a pause, continued her role in the Malay. It was very exciting. I really do have to get out more. And here's a sweet story, a Thanksgiving story. So I'll just read that one.
This was a few years ago.
This is a couple of years ago. I live here in West Village. A few years ago, my sister Margaret was in the hospital recovering from heart surgery. Around 9 o'clock, I left New York Presbyterian with my friend Kathy. She's not only our surrogate sister, a founding member of my theater company, knows where the bodies are buried, and she's designed my wigs for my entire career. We returned to the village worn out, worried, forlorn, and starving. The restaurants in my neighborhood that might have held a traditional holiday dinner had stopped serving. Our only recourse was the 24-hour coffee shop around the corner from my apartment. It's a place from which I often order takeout on the phone, but never go in person. I've always had a good feeling about the fellow who takes the takeout orders on the phone. He possessed a lovely soft foreign accent, vaguely Mideastern, and was exceedingly patient. Now, patience is a necessity because my phone orders sometimes take on the puzzled angst-ridden tone of an Odette's drama, full of indecision and regret. Last night, when Kath and I dragged ourselves into the coffee shop, the maitre d' showed us to a booth. His voice sounded familiar. I asked him, do you handle the takeout orders on the phone? He replied that he did. Well, I'm the hot open-faced turkey sandwich with the gravy over the mashed potatoes. His eyes widened. Oh, you don't want the brown gravy, but the turkey gravy over the mashed potatoes? Yes. And a double order of cranberry sauce? Yes. And sometimes the chocolate milkshake from which you apologize because it's so fattening. My chin began to quiver. Softly, I confessed. Yes, that's me. Well, you would have thought we'd gone to school together in Lebanon and hadn't seen each other in 30 years. We embraced. I'm sure his Thanksgiving hadn't been so terrific either. What's your name? I'm Charles. He smiled. Rocky. Well, now we know each other. Yes, we do.
Aww,
That's so lovely.
That's lovely.
Yeah. Hey, Charles, before you go, and by the way, just on a side note, I feel like I remember reading that you're going to finally publish all these into something, aren't you?
Well, unlike you, who, within 1 year have, grinded out 6 books, I've been working on this memoir for, 6 years. And I thought I finished, but I still, I sent it, actually submitted to this very, very prestigious editor, publisher, who gave me tough feedback on it, but smart feedback. So I've got a bunch of work. I think I was too nice. I didn't want to, burn any bridges. And so now it's just like, fuck them. I'm telling it all. Every actress I've ever worked with has to watch out.
Sorry, Julie Austin. Hey, Charles, check your phone because I sent you a lot of donations to read right before you go. Do you have your phone with you?
Where is it?
What are they, messages or something?
I texted you donations.
Oh, it's not on, is it?
Oh.
I don't think it's
I've turned my phone on. I turned it off. Anyway, whatever. So I'll read them. You want me to look at them right now? Is that the idea?
Read them out loud before you go.
Okay, let me turn the phone on a second. Keep talking. Yes, but how do you, Seth? I mean, how are you so prolific? I mean, really, because you have so many books between these young adult books and then books of interviews, and I've just been taking forever on this stupid thing.
Well, first of all, my agent is Eric, your actual ex.
Who would not be my age. He rejected me as a client.
Okay, well, that's the first issue. Second of all, you're my actual idol. You're the person I look up to as a writer. So don't ask me any advice. You're the one that I'm obsessed with. You write. You're so consistent. You write every day. You're a groundbreaker. So read the donations. Thank you, though.
All right, here, I'll read it. Almost ready. Here's this
Oh,
phone
it's
starting up
starting.
a second. I'll be one second here. Anyways, keep talking. Yeah. So are you working on a new book yourself?
I'm actually working on play with music. It's a community theater putting on a fundraiser, but it's also a murder mystery.
Is this a book or actual show?
No, it's going to be an actual show. It's very much, it's kind of in the style of You. It's like a small little show. Yeah, it's in the style of You, I would say.
I don't think enough has been written. There have been enough plays or movies or anything about community theater, which is just so ripe for just comedy. And I don't really, I have very few experiences. My friend Carl grew up in New Hampshire, where his mother was the main soprano of the actor singers up there. And the stories he tells me are just so fabulous.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here we go. All right, Seth. Where is he?
I just saw Seth. When?
I don't see his.
Okay.
Was it text or something? Was it text? You sent?
A text. Yes.
Okay. All right. Here you go.
It's lengthy.
Okay. So I'll read from Paul Clausen.
Starting with that, yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's from April. Wait, that's April.
Happy holidays to both.
Happy holidays. Okay. All right. Here. Okay. Happy holidays to both of you, Seth and James. I've made a small donation in honor of my best friends for 34 years, Donna and Nancy Reynolds. We have shared a love of Broadway for all these years, and I couldn't even begin to count the number of shows we've seen together. Greg from St. Louis. And,
Spell that.
and Isabel from Brooklyn, $25. Yes. Charles Busch is a marvelous Facebook friend. David from California. I discovered Stars in the House in October and have been faithful to the show since. I grew up in New York City and have been waiting to be able to donate. My late father has helped me to do this. I spent 4 Christmases with him in Wales, where he'd retired to. This is the 4th Christmas without him, so this is $44 in honor of my late dad. He loved the theater and musicals and taught me to love it as well. Thank you for what you're doing and helping me to reconnect to my New York City theater roots. Patricia from Wales. Next one. I survived 2020 due to Seth and James.
Oh.
James, your rendition of my favorite Christmas song last night was amazing.
Oh.
You're like my favorite male singer, James.
Charles.
I just love your singing voice. Really, you're like up there with Sinatra as far as I'm concerned.
Oh.
Yes, James, your rendition of my favorite Christmas song last night was amazing. Thank you both. Mark from Massachusetts, $103. Wow. Merry Christmas to Seth, James, Julie, Dr. LaPook, and all the Stars in the House crew and family. You have been a gift all year long. Thank you for welcoming us all into your home for Christmas while we do our best to hashtag don't kill grandma. Ryan from Wisconsin, $103.
Oh, that's so nice.
Wow.
What you've done.
Oh.
Thank you. And Kat, that's so great to see you. We're gonna have a game night. We're gonna recreate our cruise game night. So we'll talk in the next couple of days.
Yeah,
great.
yes, that
All
was
right.
great.
Well,
And
thank you,
Charles,
guys.
and before we leave quarantine in the next several months, just while you're writing a play, maybe you need to have a male singer who's in his early 50s but looks younger. Who you have in it.
Well, I'm like a big fan. I'm just before we go, what was the song you sang last night?
Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. But with the original lyrics because of the times that we're in.
Muddle through somehow.
Yeah, you got it.
Well, I wish I could hear it because I just love your singing voice so much.
Charles, what a man. All right, well,
All right.
love seeing you, Charles. Kathy, talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. And now the good doctor before Ms. Lady Braxton. This is Dr. John LaPook. You may know him from CBS, Stars in the House, or his barn in Vermont. Dr. John LaPook.
Uh-oh. Oh, there we go.
Hi, guys.
Your Wi-Fi is a little bad.
To this because have yourself a merry. Huh? The Wi-Fi is not good.
It's okay.
Is it? Are you not hearing me?
Now we
Now
can
we
hear
are.
you. Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right. Okay, I'm moving it closer. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Is that the?
Yes, the Judy Garland song.
That song. The Judy Garland. So I heard or read or watched somewhere that the original lyrics were "Have yourself a merry." Is it a merry little Christmas?
Yes.
Have
Yes.
yourself a merry little Christmas. It may be our last. Now we know that happiness is in the past. Right?
Wow.
Like that was the original lyrics. And Judy Garland went to the person who wrote it and said, they're going to kill me. They're going to hate me. You have to change those lyrics. And they did. Because it was Judy. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. It may be our last. Now we know that happiness is in the past.
Well,
Anyway.
Mimi in St. Louis is a dark show. It's a weird, crazy show. So that's not surprising hearing you say that.
Yeah. Anyway, it's one of those stories where I don't even want to know if it's true, but I think it is true. Anyway, day 2.5 since I got the vaccine. The arm is not red. It's not swollen. It's not painful. It's a tiny bit tender if I press it. But it's talk about a Christmas miracle. Right now in my body, these genetic instructions are creating the spike protein, not attached to the rest of the virus. It can't hurt me at all. It's just the spike protein which the virus uses to attack. And it's instructing my body how to fight it, like giving a scent to a bloodhound. And in 2 weeks, I will actually have some degree of protection.
Wow.
And 3 weeks from 2 days ago, I'll get the second dose. And a week after that, I'll have 95% protection.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, how incredible is
Talk
that?
about a Christmas miracle.
Wow, that's incredible. So that's good to know, though. So for those people that think you're getting a dose of the virus,
No, not with this one. There are some ones that have, killed virus in it, or which also are not going to give you the virus. But I've been talking about embracing science, the importance of embracing science, and we're doing that today. But I have to say, I'm also embracing magic, the magic of the universe, that we live in a time where this magical universe can actually end up producing this vaccine. I mean, through all of the hard work of the scientists and decades of basic research that came before. But, 1918, not a chance in the world that there was going to be a vaccine within a year. And as horrible as this pandemic has been, and it has been horrible, here is this, it's not a deus ex machina. It is actually, a science to the rescue, not just, one of the devices at the end of a play that comes down from the gods because you don't know how to really explain, you don't know how to get out of it. I think it's amazing. I think we're going to be, if we do everything right, I think by April, we're going to be in so much better shape. I really do.
That's really soon. That's like the next season.
I do. I think so.
Wow.
Can we end on a positive note?
Yes.
Yes. It's, I am so emotional still about this. I can't believe it. Oh, and today I spoke to Dr. Serena Lowe, who's a doctor, the daughter of Dr. Anson Lowe, who is somebody I did my residency with at Columbia Presbyterian. And they had the same emotional response to getting the vaccine as I did. They got very emotional. And I think, again, it's not just relief, but it's release. And I think we all are going to have this release still to come. This Sunday, we just put it to bed on CBS Sunday morning. There will be a 3, which is on from 9 to 10:30 on the Eastern Coast. Other times elsewhere, but a 3-minute piece, which is a tribute to the healthcare workers, and it's very sweet. It's very lovely, and I have a sort of message at the end that I think people need to hear.
Oh, I love that they're getting a tribute, man. So brave. All right, thank you, Dr. John LaPook. You've cheered us up.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. April's not that far away. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Bye, Dr. J.
Bye.
All right, next up, we have an up-and-comer who's trying to break into the business. We've given her a few chances as a host, and she's actually surpassed our skill level. So
that
it's
is
infuriating.
true.
She looks like she just turned 30, which is also annoying. Please wish a Merry Christmas to Lady Brenda Braxton.
Hi, all.
Hi, Brenda.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there's.
No,
Merry ho ho ho! How's everyone doing?
you look great, and look who's joining you in your stupid outfit.
Do you mind if I join you?
Oh, See, he gets me, Seth. You don't get me. He gets me.
I've known you too long.
I love it. Oh, how are you guys doing?
We're actually doing really well.
We're good. You know, we were gonna stop by your place a few days ago, and then it just ran out of time. But are you around tomorrow?
We have something.
Yes, I'm around tomorrow because I have no life.
That's called playing against it for you acting students. But Brenda just that she played against it. She said a devastating statement with a smile. Brenda Braxton, what did you do for Christmas? Did you walk 45 blocks to see your mom, or just peace out?
No, I had a kind of low Christmas. I tried to get my mom here, and that didn't work. You know, at 83, trying to get her here, it didn't work. So I took a nap because I became a little depressed. And, you know, there are a lot of us in this situation where we don't get to see our family and stuff like that. And people don't realize how hard it is sometimes. And also being a single woman, you know, without a significant other, that's hard too. So, but you know, I'm blessed. I have you guys too as family.
Well, you've also got all those fans out there. We're constantly getting fan mail for you, which is annoying because they open it thinking that it's for me.
Yeah, I don't know any of these.
You know,
I love when Lady Braxton hosts. It's like being at a slumber party with your friends.
Oh.
Beautiful as always, Lady Reindeer Braxton with a stunning smile.
Lady Reindeer, I love it.
How cute, Merry Christmas, Lady Braxton. Like, you have all these people. It's nonstop.
Oh, thank you, everyone. You know, I try to bring the happy to this time. You know, we're still in a weird kind of time, but I was very happy to see Dr. LaPook and him talking about everything that's going on. That really makes me feel a lot better, you know.
Well, Brenda, you can get the vaccine if you're elderly.
Wow.
Is what happened? Did the sound go out?
You came for me for Christmas? Is this what? No, that's all right. Well, you know, when my segment of people start getting it, I will get it. Maybe-ish.
Well, by the way, someone just said, you're not alone, Brenda. You have us.
Oh, yes, that is so sweet. You know, interesting. You guys were talking about Joan Rivers and being the first.
Yeah.
I would love to do something like that. So I thank you again. I'm always thanking you guys for this because it's given me a little kind of boost to be like, oh, wait a minute, hold up. Perhaps this could be something. You know what I'm saying?
You should be a television host. And by the way, Bobby Day did not like my sass. He knew something bad was coming, and he gave us a uh-oh. Hi, Bobby.
Because he knows I'm getting ready to do his song, too.
And by the way, I feel like, I know we worked with Bobby when I did my Dreamgirls concert. But
which, by the way, poster there and poster there. So there's not one, but two posters behind us that are the Dreamgirls concert.
I love it.
Tell everyone what Brenda did.
Brenda co-directed it with Danny Herman and basically recreated the Michael Bennett choreography as well because she was the original dance captain on the original Dreamgirls. But let me ask you something. So Bobby didn't do our Candlewood Dreamgirls, right? I guess
No.
Mm-mm. I met him. Oh, I met him doing pageant. But you guys did Dreamgirls together, you and Bobby, right?
Oh, yeah. We did it on the road. And I believe he came into the Broadway company as well. Yeah.
God, I've known you guys for so long. Okay, so I know that Bobby's a great musician. I remember when The Wiz was happening, he was writing new stuff for it. Anyway, what song you sing at Bobby Days? Let me hear it all.
Well, I want to sing this song because, as I said, I am a single woman. And sometimes it gets rough being a single woman. And so, but this is a funny song because when we were on the road, we used to entertain ourselves by doing our little cabaret shows, right? And it was myself and Bobby Day and Milton Craig Neely and all those folks. And so Bobby wrote a Christmas song because, of course, we were out of town for Christmas. And I don't know if you remember the character that I did, Bethostal and Pute, for voting, where she was sitting on the line, the older woman, Bethostal and Pute. And so she sang this song on the road in one of our cabarets. So let me see if I can do this newfangled stuff. All right.
Yes.
Without my baby, there's no Christmas. And it won't be a happy new year. I I said without my baby, there's no Christmas. And it won't be a happy new year. Till my baby comes home for Christmas, I'm gonna fill my Christmas stocking full of tears. Now, let me tell you, the tra-la-la of my neighbors got me feeling kind of bad, 'cause they don't know what it's like to lose the good thing you had. My sis says, stop your weeping and dragging like a dog. But sis, I need my baby so I can burn the OU log. Without my baby, there's no Christmas. And it won't be a happy new year. Oh, until my baby comes home for Christmas, I'm gonna fill my Christmas stocking full of tears. Now you know Santa can check his list, he can check it twice. He won't find me there 'cause I ain't felt like being nice. So go and take that present and stick it on the shelf, 'cause Nick, I need my baby to ring-a-ling my jingle bells. Without my baby, there is no Christmas during this damn pandemic, and it won't be a happy new year. Oh, until my baby comes home for Christmas, I'm gonna fill my little stocking full of tears. Oh, yeah.
Woo! I love the background, and I love
You
how
gave me oohs and ahs.
Yes.
I don't do oohs and ahs. And you identify with many people, even Brad. I feel your pain, Lady Brad.
Oh, God.
You know, Lady Brad, we're going to put something positive out there, Oprah style. You know, you always talk about being single. What are you looking for? Why don't you just tell everybody what your ideal man is, and let's put it out there and let's see what happens.
Okay, so my ideal man is happy with himself, has his own money, because I'm not raising no more men. And he can be an older gentleman. I mean, you know, my mother used to be like, I need somebody for you that's your age, but damn, I'm 64, so that's like, so
it could be ideal. It doesn't have to be your age. You want him younger, you can have him younger.
No, I think I would like an older gentleman now who keeps himself, you know, up and fit, but who's happy. I don't want to be sad anymore. I want to be happy, you know?
So
right?
Own money. So your age, own money, comfortable with himself, and tall, short, looks wise.
Oh, has to be at least 6 feet. Has to be at least 6 feet. Now, I like dark chocolate, but you know, I will go with caramel.
Hey, Brenda, before we bring on Evie Harris after you, what was there a tradition growing up? I asked the Calloway sisters this yesterday when they were on. Was there a tradition that you really loved as a kid that you've carried on into your adulthood that was around the holidays?
You know what? I just miss being with my family. I have a small family, so that's even harder. You know, it's me, my cousin, my mom, and my cousin's son and her husband. That's my immediate family. So it's hard. You know, we Zoom today, but she's out in Sacramento. My mom is up in Washington Heights. So I just really miss having a Christmas tree, but I can't lug it up here by myself. We need someone to help to lug a Christmas tree up. I just really miss, and I miss cooking. I do miss cooking those big meals, you know, together with my family and things like that. But you know what? This time next year is going to be fierce. I feel it.
That's right.
It will. I mean, it's not even a premonition. It just will.
Yeah.
And just FYI, when you were describing that perfect man, Bobby Day says, I'll have what she's having.
But you know what? I'm a big believer in when it's time, it's time. And this too shall pass. And, you know, he'll be right around the corner. I'll be like, oh, damn, that's you. How you doing? Come here. I got a Christmas tree that I need to get.
And Brenda, you're going to be back that last week in January when Seth and I take off, right? You're gonna come back and guest host a night or two.
I will. I'm so excited about that. Yes.
And
are you
then,
going away, or are you just gonna just chill?
We may do like a staycation where we just clean the damn house. We don't really know yet.
Yeah, but we're a little bit jealous of all the people who have done like I've redone a room or I've painted a wall. We haven't done nothing like that.
They have people for that. They have people to do that.
But don't you have to have money for people? You have to remember we're doing this all for free, Brenda.
Oh,
and we have no cruises.
Right. You could barter maybe something, you know. Hey, you can come on Stars in the House if you clean my bathroom.
There you go.
Right?
We got cut. All right, so Brenda, so we're gonna see you tomorrow. We're gonna drop.
Yeah, we really are. We're gonna see you tomorrow early afternoon.
I will be here, and happy ho to everybody, and stay safe, and let's keep our fingers crossed for this vaccine and get this pandemic out of here. Okay?
Absolutely. All right, we love you.
Love you.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
So we have a special guest coming up. He's signing on.
Okay.
She's signing on. So if
she.
If you don't know Evie Harris, I'll give you some background. This is very sweet. Bobby Day, you've got to stay for Evie Harris / Jack Plotnick. We all did Passion together. Man, was Bobby funny in that. So if you don't know the character, if you don't know who Evie Harris is, Evie Harris.
No.
I gotta get.
I'm gonna keep my antlers on because I'm a little bit scared of our next guest.
Wait, I think I literally have to
say.
upload everything. I thought I uploaded everything.
What happened?
I didn't upload. I have the most amazing photos. So James, talk for a minute while I do some uploading.
What?
Talk, because I've got to upload the photos.
Well, I would have kept Brenda on and just
I guess
chitty-chatted.
I know, but I didn't realize I didn't upload these.
I didn't know I was
had to
going
go
to be
downstairs for
opening gifts. Well, then
hey,
you know
Brenda,
what?
Here,
Then
Brenda, you come back for a minute.
I was going to say, hold
on, Brenda, come back. I'm uploading photos.
Hey.
In the middle of drinking.
Oh, Brenda, let's co-host here since
I want to hear about traditions. I didn't hear anything specific. When you were a kid, what were your actual, like James's tradition is like they would get the tree on Christmas Eve. They would actually get most of their presents out Christmas Eve, and they would do the stockings on Christmas Day.
That is
What was
true.
your tradition?
I already told you what my tradition was.
You said cooking a lot.
How you gonna tell me what my tradition is?
I want to know when you got the gifts.
We did the gifts Christmas morning. We always did gifts Christmas morning. But I do remember it was fun. I can't say that there's no Santa Claus. But anyway, so in our house, when I believed in Santa Claus, I would always still sneak downstairs to see, what Santa was leaving. And it was amazing because I would stay up so late, and my mother would be like, we needed to put that bicycle together, and you were still up. And so we did gifts in the morning. Yeah.
Brent, are you uploading?
I'm done.
When I was a kid, I guess Brenda, I was probably I know I was 5 years old. My mom and I had gone to the shopping mall, and there was a Santa there, and my mom wanted me to have the picture with Santa, and I did the picture, but I also told him, I said, "You're just a hired person for the mall, and here you go, and thank you very much." And we got the picture, but I said, "I know that you're not really Santa Claus."
Right.
Santa Claus. My mom and I get back to our apartment, and we walk in the door, and we had the tree up already. This is probably the beginning of December, and there are 2 presents there that say "To James from Santa."
Ooh.
That were not there. Like we literally had gone from the mall to the apartment. There was no way. I go to the front office, because this was in Texas.
Yeah.
So it wasn't going to the super. It was going to like the main office of the apartment building. And I asked the manager, and I said, there were 2 presents there that were not there when my mom and I went to the mall. What happened? And how did those get there? And she said, a man with a white beard and a red suit came and delivered them. I am not joking.
Oh, that's precious.
And and it was 2 of my favorite toys. It was like perfect for a creative person, for an actor, because it was those little villages with all the people that had like a garage, and it had a castle with, so you could make up stories, about all of it.
We didn't have that in the Bronx. No, they wouldn't know that.
All right, Brenda. Well, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out a little bit more.
Oh, wow. Bye, Brenda. Talk to you soon. Peace out. All right, so I'm back to Evie Harris describing who this nice lady is. So let me make sure I have
Well, can I because Jack is in here today?
Yeah.
Can I just share a few things while you're uploading the videos? Because if Jack Plotnick, I mean, and I know that Jack isn't with us today, but if Jack were here, this would have been his stocking because Jack loves Peanuts characters, and this would have been the ornament that he would have put on the tree.
He loves it.
That my mom got. It's Snoopy with a mask, so that's what Jack would have done, and Jack would have unwrapped gifts that have that kind of wrapping paper. Yes.
All right,
but Jack isn't here. Instead, it's like,
Miss Evie Harris.
Yeah,
So
like someone who I don't know if she's had too much to drink or not. I really don't know what to expect. I'm a little bit nervous.
Evie Harris became a big star back in black and white days. Here's a photo of her from back in the day.
Yep.
She says she was born in what is now called Arizona. Then she really made the talk show scene in the 70s. As you see, that's Evie Harris with Elizabeth Taylor and Betty Ford. I'm not really sure what that is.
I guess that was before the Betty Ford Center.
And did a lot of guest starring on sitcoms, as you can see right here. That's Evie Harris on Mork and Mindy. And I actually have a clip that I don't think Evie's expecting. This is the clip of Evie with Miss Coco. Now, you may have to turn up the volume a little bit to watch this. It's a little soft, but this is the last time Evie tried to do a Christmas show. I have around a minute of this. So this is Evie and Miss Coco celebrating Christmas. And hopefully tonight I think it's going to go a lot better.
Now, what do we stuff our bags with? Well, you can stuff your bags with all sorts of holiday treats. But this Christmas, because I'm making this one from my mother, I made this little baby Jesus wrapped in a swaddling blanket to replace the one that was stolen out of a front yard last year. Look, Evie, isn't he adorable?
Oh, was that rubber cement? Oh my God, rubber cement. We used to use that. I remember the smell of this. It takes you back. Oh my, oh God, Coco, you gotta smell this. Remember that smell? I love that.
Dennis, could you play a little holiday tinkling? Just something to relax my nerves, please. Just a little something. Evie, give me the globe. Goddamn globe. Oh God, here. You take the Christmas tree. No, and you take the bag and you glue the tree to the bag. Well, I show these lovely people how to create their own Christmas tree. Now, you take a piece of felt, like this one right here, and you fold it in half. Now, that's the trick. You just fold it right in half, and then with your felt pen, you're going to draw half of the Christmas tree. That's the trick. 2, 3, 4, down. Now, you're going to take scissors.
So that wasn't a great performance. But anyway, so Evie right now is working on a new show. It's called Christmas Evie. It's going to be a charity live stream, and it actually is going to debut tomorrow. So we wanted to do a final run through.
Oh, hold on though. I agree with Cindy. I hope Jack is okay too. It's really sad. We were expecting him today.
We're expecting Jack. Anyway, so Evie's show is tomorrow. It's called Christmas Evie, and we're going to run the whole show. It's around an hour and a half. We're going to run the whole show right now. And hold on. It's okay. It's okay.
You got to make the change.
Yeah.
Here. Okay,
hold on. Let's make sure. So please welcome for sorry, I have to change my thing. Sorry. I got it. Wow, that's annoying.
There you go.
Please welcome to do the entire show, Christmas Evie, Ms. Evie Harris. Evie, you're on camera. Evie.
Oh, listen, set. Now, This is just a rehearsal, right? I mean, no one's going to be seeing this, correct?
Well, this is the live stream we've been doing since March.
Oh, you mean stars in the house? Oh, okay, all right. So no one's watching. Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna run this show right now, Christmas Evie. Is there anything you need to say about it? Just on a side note, this is a fundraiser for the Actors Fund, so just a little more respect.
No, I know the Actors Fund. They help people that catch the acting bug, right? It's a heartbreaking disease that turns you into a waiter.
It's not really a great joke.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's just a bit I used to do with my boyfriend, Rock Hudson. Yes. You know, I haven't talked to Rock in years. I should really give him a call.
Right. Okay, let's run Christmas Eve from the top. I'm gonna move this way. Do I need to? Maybe I could. No, I'll just move it. Hold on 1 second. I'll do that. Okay. So from the top. All right, Christmas Eve from the top.
It's the most happiest time in the world. Oh, Merry Christmas, everyone. And for those Jewish people in the audience, Merry Christmas. And patter, patter, patter.
Wait, patter? I don't get it. Why are you saying the word patter?
Well, Seth, we're running the show, so I'm leaving placeholders for where the patter's going to go. Patter, patter, patter.
No, we're running the show. You need to actually say the words of the patter. Don't just say the word patter. Actually say the words. We need to run the whole.
I know the show. I don't need to. No, I know I'm going to get to the fun part. The songs. Yes. And blah, blah, blah. The sounds of Christmas. Said the night wind to the little lamb. Do you hear what I hear?
Do you hear what I hear?
No, said, do you hear what I hear?
Hi. Do you hear what I hear?
No, Seth, I'm serious. Do you hear what I hear? It's like a ringing. What the hell is that? It's killing me. I haven't heard ringing like that since the big blackout of 78.
I remember that blackout. New York City lost power for 36 hours.
No, Seth, my blackout. Yeah, I was dancing at Studio 54, passed out, woke up 2 weeks later in Thailand. Terrible ringing in the ear.
Okay, let's go back to the show. We've got to run the entire thing from the start.
Right, okay. And patter, patter, patter.
Ruby, stop with the patter, patter, patter. You have actual lines. You're not going to be prepared.
Fine. Line.
You talk about how it feels good to be in front of a live audience.
Oh, I tell you, Seth, I am so thrilled and excited to be in front of a live audience again. My father always said I was a whore for applause. Well, I added the for applause part. Oh, and you know, Seth, I didn't even think I was going to be able to make it to rehearsal here today, but then the new liver took. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to get one, but then this young mother died in a car crash or something. Important thing is I can drink like a fish again. Not that I need to. No, I just drink to be social and keep from shaking.
Okay, that's not the scripted pattern. Can we actually do the material?
What, like say all the lines? Jesus Christ. Fine. The sounds of no. Line.
Christmas is all about love.
Christmas is all about love. The love a man feels for a woman, or one of your kind feels for another one of your kind. And I know I'll never love this way again. Hold on. Hold on, Seth.
Right.
Seth, I'm serious. Hold on a second. My voice is shot.
Well, then why are you...
Let's just skip that and go right to that Lionel Richie number.
All night long?
No, just once, because I got to get out of here.
That's...
You know, we all love Christmas time, but my favorite part is the parties. We gonna party, caramba, fiesta, whatever.
Okay, that's that. Sing an actual song. You've yet to literally sing more than a measure.
Word. I know it rhymes with forever. Remember?
You haven't yet sung a song, so sing a song.
What are you
sing
saying?
Something, start to finish.
I do not like what you are inferring, young man.
You don't know. You've been in quarantine. Why have you not been learning lines?
Professional, and I have studied this material. I have never been taught to this way.
Then you have yourself a merry little Christmas.
I will. Now, this was Judy's number, but I think you're all going to be pretty pleased when you see what I do with it. Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Be light.
Be light. Thank you, sir.
On troubles out of sun. Evie, it's not an S.
What it? You know, you're messing me up when you look. Here's the thing. Judy really tried her best with that number, and I hate to ruin the memory of it.
Okay, can we actually do a song? I just want you to sing something that you know from start to finish.
Tone you are striking. I have worked with the great, and never have I been talked to this way. I
a
know
song.
the back of my hand.
A Christmas song.
I will. Ladies and gentlemen, the Christmas song. Jack Frost roasting on an open fire.
Evie, start from the top.
Santa nipping at your nose. Tiny tots being flung in the fire, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. He said, everybody knows a turkey is the mistletoe.
Evie, those aren't the lyrics.
And something lemon drop.
No, there are no lemon drops. There are no lemon drops.
Tiny tots with their eyes.
Tiny tots.
You're messing me up when you keep interrupting me. How am I supposed to do my act? You know what?
I beg of you. Evie.
Jack Frost roasting on an open fire.
Evie, Jack Frost is not roasting on an open fire.
Well, then who is?
Who is something? Chestnuts. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Well, that's weird.
Now you're hurt? You know what? Let's just do one song, start to finish. Let's finish one song and then leave.
Well, how dare you?
One song is all I asked for.
Yes, well, then let's just sing one song.
Okay, Silent Night.
Silent Night. I know that. No, thank you very much. Silent Night. Holy shit. I do not know the words to that one either.
Okay, Evie, we're going to call it a day.
Is it holy
Thank you for coming. Yeah,
what? How dare
you know, there's a bad technical thing. For some reason, I'm not really seeing you anymore. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry I had to do that to a legend, but that was uncomfortable for me. But I would like you to thank Miss Evie Harris, who is always glamorous, always okay.
Something. Can you hear me?
So I don't know if you know, but that actually was Jack Plotnick.
Hello, Merry Christmas.
Jack.
Hello, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be with you.
Wait, you look like Julie Andrews and Victoria taking the wig off. It's the same hairstyle she had, the same dark hair, the same drag. Oh, look, Bobby Day. We would do this backstage. Bobby Day, how I've missed this. I love that.
Hello. Oh, this was so fun to get to be here with you. And
Jackie, none of the photos you sent me were able to upload. So when you come to game night tomorrow night, we're going to do our next bit.
Oh, okay.
But just for people that weren't here last night and are wondering why we're spending so much Christmas with Jack, Jack always spends Christmas with us. This is years ago with Julie, last year, and one of his famous entrances for Christmas.
I found that in the hallway right outside the door, and I was like, yeah, this is coming in with me.
Yeah.
And there's one more thing. Oh, yeah, and Jack, I gave James for Christmas those things called mixed tiles, which are like photos that you could put on the wall. Oh, you have some to show? Because I want. Hold on. We want to show you some that we had. They're so great.
They are so great. Oh my gosh.
Should I show them right him? Look at this one I blew up. Remember this? This one we were in LA.
Right there,
yeah.
Right there.
Oh, I love that memory. Wonderful. Send me one or two or three.
Well, I got them for James.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Conclusion. And I did this joke last night, but it's true. Jack always stays at our house, and often he stays for a long time. And finally, this has to happen. He gets a gift. He gets a gift that spells it out.
But Jack, we've had your stocking up.
Oh, thank you. Now put stuff in it and ship it to me.
By the way, did you get the package yesterday we sent, or it didn't come yesterday?
I have not. So we'll see if a package arrives.
That'll the excuse. I sent it. All right. So guys, show us the pic. Yes, but I want to guest book. Paul Castro was watching. He's missed Evie.
Well, I love you, Paul.
I'm trying to think if there are any Evie jokes we can say that aren't too dirty.
Most of them are too dirty.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything that's not. I'm literally racking my brain.
This was exactly what we all wanted. Brilliant. Thanks, Evie.
Evie would say, every year there's a must-have Christmas gift that everybody wants to get. This year, it's an ICU bed.
Evie!
I can joke about COVID because I don't have it.
She's such a horrible person. That's the opposite reason.
And that's thanks to Richard Day, the writer of Girls Be Girls.
And by the way, that whole sketch, basically, I don't think I wrote any of that. I maybe wrote one joke. That's all Dennis Hensley and you.
Yeah, well, it's a combination of all of us, I believe. I think, but it's a lot of me and Dennis Hensley where Evie was born. Yeah.
And Dennis Hensley created this amazing game that we're going to play this week during game night. You Don't Know My Life.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited we're doing that. This game is going to take the nation by storm. It's better than Don't Crack the Ice. It's a classic. This game is so
fun. Oh, do you have it in there? Well, don't break the closet. No, I know. I just
my dear friend Dennis Hensley created a game. Like, who does that?
And by the way, he said, we'll talk about it later, he said Actors Fund helped him because they had like a program like creating an entrepreneurship that he took, and that's what he created. Look at it. This is what we're going to be playing.
Genuinely fun. Like, no one has ever made a game like this. It's a game that makes people talk to each other, tell stories, and laugh your ass off.
It is so crazily fun. I love Evie should be in a revival of Into the Woods. As whom?
Rapunzel.
Hey, Jackie, when you come back for one of the game nights, we'll show one of your classic Disney videos.
Oh, yay. Wonderful. I look forward to it.
Well, Jack, where can people find those? Because let's say, because there are, like Brenda was saying, there are a lot of people that are watching who may be alone tonight and need a really good laugh, and your videos are brilliant. So
thank you, James. They're on my YouTube channel, which is just my name. So if you type Jack Plotnick, and I don't know, type Disney or whatever. It's the only YouTube channel with my picture, and it's Jack Plotnick, and it's in I have a playlist called Jack's Comedy Shorts, and the Disney ones are right at the top because they've really been a marvelous gift for me this Christmas. That like they're really like people are really tickled by them, and it's been a lot of fun.
And what's been amazing is it's literally you do them all basically right there where you are right now.
Oh yeah. It's just this little corner of the world, except that's a green screen normally. But yeah, all the magic happens right here.
Oh my God! All right, so you'll be back tomorrow night, Jackie. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for spending Christmas with us.
Thank you guys. I love you. Bye.
Bye. Okay, I'll play. What should I play?
I
guess I'll play out something. Hi, Andy, honey. Was it find it hard to sleep?